All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield to make plays in the backfield.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action. Winston. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jennings. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's convert. Hey, 5-0.
Now a second down throw for Winston. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Ready.
Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. They go back to the ground with Jones. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Let's go now. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Second down, Winston. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Here comes the seventh play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down.
Ready.
From the gun, Winston. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And his throw here's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Ready. Blue ready. Come on. Sunday.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now Jameis on 2nd down. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Let's go now. Easy. Green, triple C.
Here's Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
This is taken at about the 14. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Easy. Hey. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Bike 51.
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Throwing, Winston. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this is taken at the 23. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Touchdown, Falcons! A big play there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let me go.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Easy. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
On 2nd down, Winston again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, but it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. Now a handoff looking right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on 2nd down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on 2nd and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing: get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
On 3rd down. That's done. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Gone!
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Gone!
They'll look to throw here. And Jones has it over the middle. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. They get the penalty yardage back plus 5 more as they get it to 2nd and 5.
Detroit!
Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Falcons! A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, there's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at the 45. Winston now after the fumble recovery. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and now it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready. Black 22.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. On 3rd down, Winston. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there when you see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows his offensive line is going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it, and that's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's brought down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And the Falcons will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
The pressure there was definitely enough to make him alter his throw, because if he had time, he had a man wide open and had a chance to get it to him.
Yeah, I think if he had just another split second, that's a completion and a touchdown. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. 3rd down here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Bucs on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Ready. Black 25. Hey, base, hey. 5-0. 5-0.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Winston. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Watch it now, Barney.
Looking to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Watch it now, Barney. Spy.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
The Falcons on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs. They covered well. Allowed for the South.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Let's go. Let's convert. Let's convert. Let's convert. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Ready. Flag.
Jameis now on 1st down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To throw, Winston. And that's complete to Gates. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And incomplete here on 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So out come the Falcons now. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
56. Lucky 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll set up to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Ready? Black 22. Let's go.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. And Winston lost the football. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. At the beginning of the year, they said we want to win 9 games. They just got that 9th win.
And congratulations to them. That's fantastic. Team goal met. And they still have opportunity to go above that number.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.